Hello, Cousino Patriot Juniors. I am Miss W, one of the school counselors here at Cousino. I am excited to guide the class of 2025 through the scheduling process for your senior year. Before we get into the scheduling process, I would like to encourage you to learn and earn the best grades you can possible for the rest of this school year. Your time to apply for colleges, trade schools, or enlist in the U.S. military is quickly approaching. Whatever path you choose, you need to be on track to graduate. The higher the GPA, the more opportunities will be waiting for you. In this video, I will explain the scheduling process. Step by step, I will show you how to input your schedule request into PowerSchool like you have done in previous years. The remainder of the video has a detailed PowerPoint of useful information. Please go through that information thoroughly before contacting your counselors with questions. Okay, so now we're going to go onto the WCS district website and hover over the Parent/Students tab, and then you're going to see on the far left column, you're going to click on the PowerSchool Student Parent Portal, and then you're going to hover over the Parent Portal login page, and then if I scroll down a bit, you're going to see where you can click Student Sign In. And this is where you're going to want to put in your WCS district email and your password. Okay, now that we've clicked the class registration link over here, something similar will come up on your screen when you log in yourself. And we're going to start at the top and just go through all of these bold sections, one section at a time. So all seniors must take English. So I'm going to click on the yellow pencil, and then I'm going to have to choose, am I going to take English 12 or am I going to take AP Lit and Comp? So if you are currently in English 11, I highly recommend you take English 12. If you are a resource room student, don't worry about selecting resource room. You're just also going to click English 12. And let's say you're in English 11 this year, but you are getting A+ and you are just rocking it. You could have a discussion with your teacher to see if you are prepared to go into AP Lang or if they think it is best for you to continue on in English 12. Now, when I say that, even our AP Lang students, current AP Lang students, they have to be doing exceptionally well and also get approved to take AP Lit and Composition for next year. So no matter what course you're taking this year, if you are looking to challenge yourself, remember you're going to have required summer reading. And when I say reading, I mean multiple books for the summer reading and also a summer packet to complete. And if you were to not get it done over the summer, you will not be allowed out of AP next year if you're panicking that you didn't get your work done. So I just want to remind you that once you commit to this, choosing this for your schedule, there will be no schedule changes next year. But most of you are going to be taking English 12. And then you will hit the OK button, and you'll see that that red exclamation point now turned into a check mark. For each course, we need to make sure we are scheduling for a full year. So you see you've got your English 12 for S1 and your English 12 for S2. Okay, so now we're going to go on to 12th grade math. All students are required to have 4 math credits to graduate. Our high-flying students that have already been taking, let's say, pre-calculus this year, they're going to go on to calc next year. Especially our MMS-TC students, those courses are in here for you. Now, not everybody wants to take a traditional math course for senior year. Some of you are going to be taking classes at CPC to fill that requirement. While some of you still do want to take a math class here, we have Accounting 1 as an option, we have Global Financial Citizenship as an option, and we have additional math courses. So if you just click over to the next page, that is where if you were successful in Algebra 2 this year, you want to make sure you're keeping your math skills up to par. So I highly recommend you continue on with that Trig Stat Geo for next year. Most students should be pursuing this, and if you are seeking to go to a university, absolutely take a 4-year math class, not a math-related credit, an actual math class. So several of you are going to fall within the Trig Stat Geo. If you already had Trig Stat Geo this year, then next year you're going to go for Pre-Calc Accelerated. And once I said, those of you that are already in MMS, those sections are here for you. And those of you that are in Pre-Calc here at Cousino, you can register to take AP Calc here, even if you are not an MMS TC student. So you're going to click OK, and then you have a green check. We want to make sure you have each section for semester 1 and for semester 2. Okay. Now we're going to go on to 12th grade social studies. There is not a 12th grade social studies requirement. However, we have this here, so you're going to click on that pencil again. If you failed to take American Government or Econ last year because it didn't fit in your schedule, or if you were unable to pass the course, now is your chance to get that made up. So you're going to either click whatever course you need. If you are a student that has passed these, but you're looking to put more AP classes into your senior year, you're eager to earn an honors point and you really want to work hard and you want to make that transcript a little more beefed up to try to get into an Ivy League school, you may want to select taking AP US Government, but remember that is a full year class. Now, if you are already fulfilled all your social studies requirements, you are not required to take anything in this section. You could just opt to completely breeze by social studies if you have met your requirements. But just remember, if you do take AP Gov, it is a full year. The AP Econ is only a half year, which is a half credit. Now we're going to go on to science. So if you click the pencil again, now most of you should have already completed your science requirements. Earth science, physical science, chemistry, biology, those should already be completed. However, if you have not completed your science, you need to make sure you have all 3 credits. And then some people want to challenge themselves and have a 4th year of science because those high-powered schools are seeking students with 4 years of science. So then you might want to elect to take physics, or you may elect to take the anatomy and physiology bio 3 course. That is a full year course. Now, in addition to those full year courses, we also have a half year credit. So if you're looking to take something to do with astronomy and you want to, usually Mr. Dubé teaches this course, but that varies from year to year. Remember that you are not guaranteed a teacher, you are guaranteed the course you chose. So if you're looking for just a half credit of science, as long as you've already fulfilled your full year of bio and your full year of either physical science or chem or physics, and you want to take a half credit for an elective, you are free to do so. Okay, so just remember, half credit classes, it's okay for there to only be 1 box, but if it's a full long year class like bio 3, you need to have semester 1 and semester 2. Okay, now before we get into our electives, I want to point out down here that you are required to have 6 credit hours senior year. And so far, we have only requested 3.5 credit hours. So we need to continue on with electives and potentially CPC offerings. Even if you are planning to do dual enrollment next year or are applying for any other program, like let's say as a senior you're trying to go to WIXPA and you're waiting to hear about your audition, you still want to select a full 6 hours of courses, because what if your dual enrollment doesn't go through, or what if you change your mind and you decide you want to be at Cousino all year next year? You want to make sure you have 6 credits scheduled. So we're going to dive into looking at electives. So as you toggle through these different pages looking for electives that you are interested in, I just want to point out a few things, such as if you are a band student, you're going to select cadet band. and then you are going to audition if you were to want to be in symphonic band or jazz band. Mr. Rose is going to provide the counselors with a list. So if you sign up for cadet now, he will provide the list, and then we will later add you to symphonic or jazz and so on. Now, those of you that are wanting another full year-long elective, I highly recommend MediaComm with Mr. Olstein. Our students had a great time with that class this year. And if you're wanting to dive more further into audio visual, we do have those electives here listed as well. So once you have selected all of the electives that you're interested in, you're going to hit OK. And then you will be able to double check, make sure these are everything that you really want to have, because if you put it down, that's where we're going to put you, right? But now I'm going to scroll down, and it says that I am requesting 6.5 credits, but I'm only allowed 6. So, I have overscheduled myself, so I may need to amend something. So at any time, you can go back in, click on a pencil, and then edit what you've selected. So I'm going to act as though, you know what, I'm a student that's going to CPC, and I'm very interested in the health sciences, so I think I'm going to take a full year of bio at Cousino, and that means I might not have time for that AP government anymore because I want to commit to the sciences. So here I've got a full year of English, a full year of math, a full year of science. Then I'm going to come down to CPC and toggle through these selections. And here is Health Science 1. Note that Health Science 1 is not a math-related credit. Now, if you were in Health Science 1 this year and you were moving on to Health Science Explorer the next year, that is a math-related credit. But if you are a senior just now trying out CPC and taking Health Science 1, that will not count as math-related. So if I've taken a CPC block, I hit OK. And now it's telling me I've requested 8 credit hours. I have exceeded what I am allowed to take. So I'm going to go back up here, and being that CPC is a 2-hour block, I'm going to have to let something go from up here. I'm going to opt to drop MediaComm because that does not fit into my schedule. And because I'm going for the health and sciences, I'm also not going to take my video and audio production course. However, it was still really important to me to stay in band, so I kept that band selection. So let's check how many credits I have now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, but remember, CPC counts as 2, so I have 5, 6. So I have reached 6 credit hours total. Now, if you are a student that truly wants to go to CPC, when you pick your alternates, you need to pick some CPC alternates. So if you cannot get in Health Science 1, maybe you want to opt for Dental Science. So if the Health Science is filled, here is Dental Science 1. That is also not a math-related credit. And another alternate that I may want to do could be Emergency Med Tech. So now I've got Dental Science 1 as an alternate, and I have Emergency Med Tech as an alternate, which aligns with my desire to pursue health sciences. Okay, so now that I have completed my alternate selections, I'm just going to check over to make sure this is everything that I want, because once it gets put into the system, I'm not going to be able to edit it and change my schedule for next year. So please thoroughly go over this, talk over it with your parent to make sure they are on board with your choices. So it should say you are requesting 6 hours down here. And those of you that are not attending CPC, you're going to have the option to take far more electives and make sure you select alternates. When you are selecting alternates, do not choose a course that you have already passed in. You know, if it is a class that you have earned a grade, that you have earned a credit, you are not authorized to retake that class. So please make sure for your electives and alternates, you are taking courses you have never taken. We often see this with the art classes. Students will keep registering for drawing and painting 1 or drawing and painting 2 repetitively. You need to go on to the next level course, such as drawing painting 3 or drawing and painting 4, but I ask that you get Mr. Brown or Ms. Hallberg's permission before you take those higher level art classes. So once you have 6 credit hours, you are just gonna hit submit. And then you are going to see that this person has 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6 at CPC, and then their alternates are all set to go. This PowerPoint will be posted in Schoology for you to go back and look over at another time. Please go through it thoroughly and make sure you understand all aspects of everything before you create your schedule. I want to quickly review the graduation requirements and other information. I hope you are well versed in your graduation requirements by now, but be aware that you do still need your 4 years of English and 4 years of math. And when I say 4 years of math, senior year may be a math-related credit. Be sure you have your 3 social studies credits, including American history, world history, a half credit of government, half credit of econ. If you have those, you are all done. Your 3 credits of science should be done by now. If you still need to finish those, we do have some options for you within the Power Scheduler program. Now is the time if you haven't already completed your health and PE requirements. Some of you have had PE waivers due to WPHS, marching band, or sports. You do need 2 years of a world language and 1 year of visual performing arts. There is the option to opt for 2 years of visual performing arts and go down to only 1 year of world language. However, I would not recommend that if you are striving to attend a school like U of M or MSU. But as long as you're on track to graduate, you will have plenty of time to fit in your required 4.5 credits of electives. Now we're going to go over a few registration tips. Please do not attempt to schedule yourself from the PowerSchool app on your phone. You are going to run into glitches and issues. Just please sign into a computer. We have them here at school. You also have your district issued laptop, so please register via computer. As mentioned before, you really need to take at least 2 years of a world language in high school, and also 4 years of science are highly recommended for those of you that are trying to achieve admission to University of Michigan or any other Ivy League school. Another reminder, all AP courses, honors, accelerated, those are all year long classes, therefore you must register for S1 and S2. Please remember to get approval from your current instructor that you are ready and they think you are a good candidate to achieve an AP or honors class your senior year. I also want you to be mindful of balancing your mental health, your sports, academics, and potential work that you have going on in your personal life. Please do not stack your schedule too heavy because we will not be able to alter your schedule next year if you are starting to have a panic about that you scheduled yourself for too many accelerated courses. Another thing, CPC block times. If you want to go to CPC, you are signing up for CPC. You can choose the program, but not the time you are required to attend. So if you are assigned A block, your start time is 6:55 in the morning. And I cannot stress this enough. There are no schedule changes once the schedule has been finalized. Counselors cannot make changes for teacher requests, CPC block time, lunch requests, and so on. Those of you that are eligible for the PE waiver, I'm sure you're already aware of that criteria, but just in case if you were curious, 2 years of the same varsity sport, 2 years of WPHS, or 2 years of marching band will get you out of the physical education requirement. Here's some more registration tips for you. Choose your courses wisely, be careful. Dive into the course descriptions that are on our high school course guide under the Parent Student tab. Here is the link for you that'll be attached to our PDF that will be posted in Schoology. Another thing, do not register for any course that you have previously taken and passed. Remember, you are requesting the class, not the teacher. I have zero power, nor does any other counselor, of changing your class to make sure you get a certain teacher. Once requests have been finalized, scheduling corrections can only be completed on the following criteria. You either need a class to graduate, you do not have a full schedule, or you have already taken a class that you were scheduled for. And lastly, please remember to enter all your alternative course preferences. Otherwise, you run the risk of being registered for a class you do not want. So those of you that do not want to have to watch my video all over again, here is a breakdown of the step-by-step directions to get to the district site and the links that you'll need to click to register to get in for your class registration. So please just remember to register by March 3rd because you're going to be meeting with your counselor as soon as March 4th. Okay, for any student that are missing credits needed for graduation, I cannot stress this enough that you need to pass all of your classes the remainder of this year. In addition to passing your classes this semester, I need you to try to complete at least 2 credit recovery courses that you are missing. So this is only for students that are missing credits needed to graduate. So the cost for credit recovery has gone up to $125 per half credit, and this credit must be approved by your counselor. You can find all the credit recovery information on cousinocreditrecovery.weebly.com, and you can contact Mrs. Carey if you have more information because she is our credit recovery coach. If that brings you up to enough courses that you're set for next year, that's great. But if not, then I highly recommend to complete 2 in-person summer school classes over the summer. That's where you really want to prioritize math. If you are deficient in any math credits, make sure you make them up in summer school. If you had your math taken care of, then I would move on to science, and if your science is all good, then move on to English. But please remember, these classes must be approved in summer school. You have an opportunity to make up 1.0 credits, 1 half credit for semester 1 and 1 half credit for semester 2, so you can achieve recovering 1 full credit for free during summer school. So please finish any unfulfilled credits during either summer credit recovery or summer school options. Once again, summer credit recovery will also be that fee of $125 per half credit. Please do not wait till senior year. They have changed the maximum of credit recovery classes that you may take per semester. So that's why I'm advising, if you need to make some up, take 2 this semester. You may take 2 over the summer, and then you may take 2 semester 1 of senior year and 2 during semester 2 of senior year. But you do not want to take that risk, because if you need those credits and you fail 1 class, you've just eliminated yourself from being able to graduate on time. So please do not wait till your senior year. Please try to get your credit recovery done as soon as possible. So failure to follow this advice could result in you not being eligible to graduate from Cousino at the end of your senior year and to walk with the rest of your class. So please make this your priority. Questions, anyone? Well, if you still have questions after this presentation and after reading over this slideshow, then please don't hesitate to contact your counselor based on your last name alphabet, and here are the email addresses, so if that would be more convenient for you. You can also link to us off of the Cousino Counseling website as well. If you have any questions, make sure that you email your counselor or come to see us or sign up for a visit in counseling. We will happily help you through this and ensure you submit your request by March 3rd. All of us here at Cousino really want you to have an amazing senior year, so please do your part to make that happen. Our counseling team looks forward to one-on-one meetings with you next week. Take care and be well.